Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to be talking about education in Jamaica. So Jamaica follows the British system of education. As some of you may know or may not know, Jamaica was ruled by the British for quite some time, and even though Jamaica is an independent country now, it still does follow the system of the British. So their educational system is the same in some ways, but it is different, and we're going to get into some of that just now. So one of the differences between our education system and Jamaica's is what we call elementary school, they call primary school. And primary school is generally about 6 years, and it is free. And children in primary school are, they vary from ages 6 to 12. And primary school is equivalent for us, or what would be grades 1 through 6. In primary school, students are expected to learn several subjects that we also learn over here, like math, reading, social studies, science, language, history, geography. So we have that in common with them. Primary school is generally taught by the same teacher. So oftentimes one teacher will be teaching like 10 subjects. And in 6th grade, their last year in primary school, they take what's called a GSAT, which will determine whether they move on to the next level, which is secondary school for them. So, and that is equivalent to what we call high school. So secondary school is what is equivalent to what would be we call high school over here. It's broken up into 2 different sections. So there's a lower level and an upper level, and there's what's called sixth form. Lower school would be what would be equivalent to like grades 7th through 9th here. Upper school would be grades 10 through 11, and the sixth form would be 12th grade. So in lower school, students tend to study like more languages. They study Spanish, they may study French, and they start studying like the sciences, so like physics and biology are studied on that lower level. The upper level, however, they may start getting into more arts. So they're starting to study more language and reading and writing and history. So that's a little bit more about kind of the breakdown of what subjects matter depending on what level you are in. So after their 12th grade year, which is called sixth form, they take what's called a Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Exam. So it's called CAPE for short. And that exam is basically covering everything they have learned in secondary school. And that will determine whether they move on to university level or not. And that differs from our system because we just have final exams based on what we took that semester. The sixth form is about maybe like 2 years. So that's about how long it takes. As mentioned before, the CAPE exam is something that is necessary to be qualified to get into university or college level. What we call college and university level, they call tertiary school. And actually some of the programs that we have here are also offered in Jamaica. Some universities and colleges we may have heard of are like UTEC, University of West Indies, Northern Caribbean University, and International University of the Caribbean. We mentioned previously about the GSAT and how students in primary school have to take that. Actually, this year in Jamaica, the students who took the GSAT actually scored better, and the performance has actually improved, so that's good. Overall, I would say that education is something that's taken seriously by Jamaica. They believe that every child should be given the opportunity to go to school and to learn and become successful. The country has placed goals to improve Jamaican education, and they are always working and always trying to improve the quality of education, especially because, every country has poor people, but in Jamaica, some people are definitely not allowed to partake in school and get an education, just like anywhere else. But education is seen as something, that, nobody can take that away from you. And like, you can, go far depending on how much education you have and what you use your education to pursue. Hopefully this video has taught you some information about education in Jamaica. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.